Hey, today we're going to review my latest Russell's Reserve single barrel popcorn. I called it popcorn because it's a crowd pleaser. So, whenever I choose single barrels, whenever I'm fortunate enough to choose single barrels, I'm always trying to find something different, something unique, something specific. But at the same time, it's not about choosing a barrel for my taste. It's about choosing something that my customers can appreciate. So when you find what I call a friendly barrel like this, that almost anyone can enjoy, then I usually, if I'm allowed to choose more than one, in which in this case I was allowed to choose more than one, then I always try to get one of these. That way, if customers coming in and they are new to single barrel bourbons or they're buying for somebody else, I can recommend this to them very safely. All right, so let's dive in. So I've got here an 1.5 ounce pour in the Glencairn glass, which is most of the time my preferred tasting glass. Sometimes whiskey will taste better in a tulip glass, which curves out at the top, or even sometimes in a rocks glass. So even though this is 110 proof, we're going to start 55% alcohol. We're going to start off trying this at cask strength. At full proof. I think originally this was 121, and they lower it down to 110 for the bottling. So the first and most important thing is to look at this beautiful color, right? Golden amber. This is about 9.5 years old. So you can see it's a little bit darker than a lot of these little baby juice bourbons that get thrown out there by, all these newfangled distilleries. This has had time to, that color comes from it going into the barrel and then out of the barrel and into the barrel. And I don't mean they dump it. I mean it literally, the bourbon is going into the oak and out of the oak, right? And each time it does that, it's pulling things with it. It's getting darker. It's getting some of those vanilla tannins, some of those oak tannins, right? And that's the main purpose of barrel aging a bourbon. And bourbon uses brand new oak, and that has more properties to imbue than Scotch, which uses used bourbon barrels for the most part, right? And when the barrel has been used, it contributes less to both the color, the nose, the flavor, right? Each time a barrel gets used, it gets closer to what we call neutral. Okay, so now that we've examined this beautiful amber color, we're going to get our schnozzes near the glass, just to the point where we can start to smell it. So, and I'm getting big, rich caramel here. Now, they don't actually put any caramel in there. That's just the way that this particular whiskey interacted with the barrel. And you're not getting a ton of heat, despite the fact that it's being 110 proof. As it ages, that ethanol gets more integrated and it calms down. Whereas if you stick your nose in a 1-year-old whiskey, it's very green. It's just gonna blow you up, right? Whereas this, I could go deeper in there and it smells lovely. It makes you want to take a drink. And here we go. Now, what I'm going to do now is I want to make sure that I taste the same thing I smell, right? Which is a sign of a quality product. And there it is. Big, fat caramel just floating over my tongue. Again, despite it being 110 proof, I'm not getting a ton of heat. There it is right now at the back of the tongue, right? But it's by no means blowing me up at all, right? Now, with this, you're getting that big flash of caramel right up front, right? And it's still lingering there, but this is not an epic novel length taste profile. This is very straightforward, big fat caramel, a little bit of vanilla, some baking spices at the end, but caramel is the dominant flavor here. Not one note, it's not one note, but it's got caramel is the strongest note and it's overriding, right? And I can still taste it now, right? So it's not that it's a short bourbon. It's that there's not a lot of twists and turns here. It's very straightforward. You can say to your friend, here, I got you this one because you like caramel. You've got a strong caramel taste here. And then they're going to smell it, and they're going to taste it, and they're going to be like, yay, I have a caramel bourbon. So that is Popcorn, Barrel Select by Keith Hayes and Drew Potterberg. And I hope you can stop by and grab one.